Catholics reacting to the news of the Pope's passing. 7's Danielle Garcia is in Miami at St. Mary's Cathedral. 7's Alex Browning is at the Archdiocese of Miami. Alex.
And Ethan, certainly a somber Easter Monday for Catholics here in South Florida and around the world as the Archdiocese here in Miami celebrates the first Mass for the repose of the Pope's soul. Let's go ahead and take you to live pictures inside St. Martha's here in Miami Shores as the Archbishop celebrates that Mass. He also reflected earlier this morning on the Pope's life and what he meant to Catholics around the world.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buona Pasqua.
Pope Francis defying doctors' orders in his final days, pushing through his health challenges to offer on Easter Sunday what would be his last blessing to Catholics around the world.
He was working to the very end. You could say that he died with his boots on.
The Vatican later announcing his passing at the age of 88 in the early morning hours of Easter Monday.
We join with Catholics throughout the world in mourning the loss of Pope Francis.
Archbishop of Miami Thomas Wensky sharing his memories of the pontiff.
And I remember once when I met with him in Rome shortly after he was elected Pope, I told him that I was from Miami. And I said the best thing about Miami is that it is so close to the United States. And so the Pope really laughed at that. So he had a great sense of humor.
A Pope of the people, Francis credited for bringing a layer of humility to the Holy See as Catholics and Christians alike prepare to say their final goodbyes.
The Pope passing during Easter week, I think, is perhaps the last lesson or instruction he is giving us, because Easter is a celebration of life. It's a celebration of the fact that life conquers death and the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
And back inside St. Martha's here in Miami Shores, as the Holy Father will certainly be on the minds and in the prayers of so many Catholics here in South Florida and around the world during this Holy Week, and as, again, the world mourns Pope Francis. We're in Miami Shores. Alex Browning, 7 News.
All right, Alex, from the Archdiocese to St. Mary's Cathedral, 7's Danielle Garcia is live in Miami. Danielle.
Lorena, the Pope often said that he was elected by the people, that he lived to serve the people, and today the people are mourning his loss, and it's not lost on them that he died the day after Easter.
A somber day at St. Mary's Cathedral as the sun rises and parishioners wake up to the news that Pope Francis has died.
I was extremely surprised because, of course, yesterday we just saw him at the Vatican greeting the people and blessing the people. Yeah, it was a shock.
St. Mary's draping the front door to the cathedral with a black curtain and placing a portrait of Pope Francis inside the chapel.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Across South Florida, faithful Catholics mourning the loss of a progressive pope, a humble man from Argentina who was primarily concerned about the poor. He shook the narrative of conservative Catholics and stayed true to his beliefs.
He was a pope for the people. His message was of love and of acceptance.
He did so much for the underprivileged, the underserved communities. He's extremely progressive. He did so much for immigrants as a whole. It's heartbreaking.
Francis' death coming the day after Easter and the day after he delivered his last remarks to the world.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buona Pasqua.
Though he didn't speak for long, his message calling for peace and unity was clear, especially when it comes to Gaza and Ukraine.
It comes from God. Whatever comes out from him comes from God.
Knowing how ill he was, and that only shows you how he really loved his people. He was truly a very, very, very good pope, and we're going to miss him.
And Pope Francis certainly had quite the remarkable and unique impact. Certainly throughout the day, we will continue to hear from parishioners and Catholic leaders here in South Florida. Reporting live from Northeast Miami-Dade, I'm Danielle Garcia, 7 News.